Jerkbaits excel on the pause. What's up, guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here on behalf of Lucky Tackle Box today. I'm gonna be out policing these waters, and I'm gonna do it with Dynamic Lures HD XXL Jerkbait. Now let's break this bad boy down. All right, let's get started off with rigging. Now when I'm fishing a jerkbait, it really depends on how heavy of line I'm gonna go for the fishery. This is a larger jerkbait right here, the HD XXL. So what I'm gonna do right off the bat, just as a generalized, I'm gonna use 100% fluorocarbon. The reason why is I'm making really long casts. I wanna feel if something changes in my bait, if my bait's fouled up, if I feel a fish bump it, or if I feel it working right. You just know 100% fluorocarbon is gonna translate all the way back to that rod and reel in your hand and let you know what's going on with the bait. As a general, I'm gonna start off with 12 pound and fish up to 15 pounds. If I'm fishing somewhere that's got giant bass or a lot of hang-ups and debris and I know I'm gonna have to be pulling it free from snags, I'm gonna go 15. If I'm fishing a lake that's virtually void of those snags and has those medium-sized to slightly bigger bass, I'm gonna fish it down to 12. The lighter you go, the more action your bait is going to have, and it's gonna have more drawing power. The more action is gonna translate into drawing more fish. So lighter you go, you're gonna get more bites. I'm gonna fish it on a relatively large rod. I'm fishing it on a medium heavy, that's the power class, but I'm fishing it on a moderate taper. This rod will bend all the way back in the middle. The reason for that is a jerkbait has treble hooks. You have 6 points total with 2 treble hooks. That means not any individual hook on there is too large. So you're not gonna get a super deep hook set. So you need a rod with some cushion that's not going to rip those hooks free and allow you to fish that lighter line comfortably. If you have a big, stiff, extra fast action rod and you gotta set the hook, nothing's gonna give and something is gonna break or you're gonna rip those hooks free. From there, I like at least a 6 speed bait casting reel. That means 1 rotation of the handle, 6 spool rotations around. I happen to be fishing it on a 7 right here. The reason for that is I'm making long casts. If I see something happen up here, I wanna get that bait out quick and launch to that spot where I've seen some activity. So I'm fishing that 100% fluorocarbon, medium heavy rod and a moderate action bending almost in the middle of the rod, and I like a longer rod, a 7 to a 7'6". What that's going to do is allow me to make those bigger, longer casts out there so I can cover more water. Okay, let's talk about a retrieval when it comes to a jerkbait. Now you can troll these, you can just reel them in progressively and they have a really nice action to them, but when it comes to bass fishing in regards to a jerkbait, it's a jerk pause, a jerk, jerk, pause. And the pattern of your jerking and pausing is simply referred to as your retrieval cadence. Your cadence is your pattern. A standard pattern when it comes to a jerkbait is a jerk once, and then jerk twice, and then a jerk 1, 2, 3. And on the pause is where a jerkbait has a ton of drawing power. Jerkbaits excel in that cleaner, colder water. That doesn't mean you can't fish them in dirty water. Sometimes you need more rattles or to rip it even harder to let them feel it in that dirty water, but they tend to excel in that colder, cleaner water on the pause. On the pause, they have their drawing power. They jerk, jerk, stop, and they suspend. This is a suspender, but you can adjust this particular bait by adding weights to go float or adding weights to get it to sink. But if you put just the right amount in there, it will also suspend, which makes this bait extremely versatile. Now the HD XXL here is roughly 4 3/4 inches long. It's 5/7 of an ounce, and it can dive anywhere from 1 to 4 foot deep. Although with all the weights in here, I've even added extra and I've got it down closer to 6 to 8 foot deep, which is super cool and super versatile. One thing I would like to add, the colder the water, the longer the pause. That is imperative when it comes to fishing a rip bait. Now when it comes to my targets and key conditions for throwing this bait, I prefer slightly overcast when it's in the warmer months of the year. Once I start getting into, early spring or later fall, conditions really mean nothing. It could be bright and sunny at that point and the water temperature and the bait's moving around for these fish to go chase. In the summer months, I like those overcast days, early in the mornings, later in the evening, where those fish are more willing to get out there and chase that bait down and are less hunkered down, hiding in the cover and structure to ambush fish that get close. But I like to make long casts and cover a lot of water, so those low light conditions are key. Early spring, fall, Don't worry, any conditions are absolutely great for the jerkbait at that point. The targets I like to throw to are main lake points, early in the year and in the summer, the main lake points. Now you don't want to park your boat on the outside of a point and cast up to it. You want to come up alongside of that point and cast out to the point and bring it back down. A lot of the time when fish are on points, they're schooling, and you don't want to drag a school out away from that point because sometimes they'll scatter. If you're in next to the point and cast out to the tip and bring them up shallow, a lot of the time that school is going to stay there for you and you can catch more than one fish. When it comes to the fall, I like to go into the creek channels and parallel the banks with jerkbaits. Nice shallow one up there, looks like a shad, they're gonna come get it. Alongside boat docks can also be fantastic in the fall to target those bass that are suspended under those boat docks, and that technique also works substantially well early in the spring for those pre-spawners. So what makes the HD XXL jerkbait so unique compared to other baits is the cool internal chamber that they have on the back. You can pop that open and add or subtract the BBs that they include in the box there for you, allowing you to change the depth or change the noise of your bait, which is really, really unique. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Nick the Informative Fisherman. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the Lucky Tackle Box channel. Check out any of these videos below to see videos that Travis has done or I've done and learn a little bit more about these baits. We absolutely appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Mom.